start with just
No. 1, 2, 3.
We're reading the book The House of Hidden Meanings by Rupaul, a memoir. And today we're going to just start with talking about the author, the author's note, and the prologue to get started in the book. So a little bit about the author. It says, the boy with the unusual name. To some, popular culture can be divided into two halves, the time before Rupaul and the time after. Before Rupaul, drag was an underground art form, regulated to subversive entertainment, alternative venues, and anything but prime time. After Rupaul, drag found its way into the cultural limelight, becoming part of everyday conversations and the subject of Hollywood films and Emmy-winning television programs. Rupaul Charles changed the art form of drag. Most important, Rupaul Charles changed the way the culture interacts with drag. He brought it out of the shadows and he made it celebrated, purely on the strength of his talent, his spirit, and his undeniable star power. In The House of Hidden Meanings, Rupaul recounts a trip toward self-actualization that blossomed alongside the punk and art scenes, first in Atlanta, Georgia, and then in New York City. But before he located his found family of like-minded, art-loving weirdos, Rupaul was a queer black boy in San Diego, California, growing up in a squat ranch house, watching his parents tear each other apart. His greatest thrill came when his fanatical
I can't see.
Okay.
Fanciful, fanatical.
Fanciful interpretations of television ads and comedy routines elicited a smile from his tough-as-nails mother. With little more than a firm belief that fame was his destiny, Rupaul did the only thing he could, embraced what made him unique. He was tall. He had a flair for fashion. He loved to perform. He was a tireless self-promoter. But it wasn't until he realized the power he exuded when he embraced his inner feminine, how differently the audience and his peers reacted when he looked full glam, that he became the Rupaul we know today, taking us from the clubs where he performed with his hand, wee pole, to New York dancetery, where he brought his unique carrot to the big city, to the streets of the Lower East Side, where he slept when he had nowhere else to go. And through the nights of lonely glamour he endured until he found peace within himself. The House of Hidden Meanings is Rupaul Charles as you've never known him before, stripping away the artifice, infusing every line with hard-earned wisdom. Rupaul offers a manual for becoming whoever you are meant to be.
Enough, right? It's a lot. Let's just talk about the book a little. So, what are you expecting from this book? Or do you feel excited to?
Yeah, I expect to hear about not just the glamour, but I expect to hear about all his struggles and hard times to get where he got. And he says he's going to, when it's all said and done, he's hoping the audience can just find who they were meant to be as well.
Very interesting. I wonder how his ideas will surface through the story, or how he had some awakenings or realizations. Because he's even today. I was watching coincidentally, right? I was just saying, Rupaul on Geraldo, the old Geraldo, just appeared on YouTube, and even back then, with the club kids, he was like talking about everybody say love. So that is interesting. So let's see how did that come, that kind of awareness started on his life, or if it was always like that, right? It came from his mother, because he always talk about his mother. I'm very excited. What we were saying about like the books, the letters are, the font is larger, right? The print is larger. So I was saying like the audience is probably like at this point, it has a lot of older people who will purchase this book, right? Because the younger people will probably not be interested in reading.
Right.
Am I right to say that, or am I judging? Am I like?
Although you're judging, I think you're right.
Like, is it being a bit? How do you say?
I'm not saying there aren't young ones who will read
prejudging,
but the majority, I think, won't.
So they know we need like bigger print, right?
Right.
Because of I couldn't read that word.
That's because it's small and on black.
But you could read it. You could read it.
Yeah.
And it's there's like space on the bottom. There's blank space in the bottom of the pages where you read.
Some, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot, so you can, and also so that's what you can color, right? You can. You said you can do what? Design.
I didn't say it. You did.
No, you said design. You said.
Oh, I said you can design your own drag
costume.
That's
it. So it's
yes.
good. I hope to have a good reading of that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.